Well, hello, hello, hello. In fact, let me turn the echo off. Otherwise, I'll be able to hear myself, and nobody wants that. Okie pokey. Right, so let's have a look. Migrating GoLang mocks to ubergo. Anyone who watched my previous video saw me fumbling around and messing about and just trying to work out, well, just trying to see the difference between them and look if I can make a test and kind of promote it. So let's have a quick look at that if I can find it. In fact, it'll be on a standard Windows machine. Machine's a bit jittery, so the graphics card dying. Probably is. Yep, not doing great. Really need a better graphics card. It's a laptop that I'm streaming from, and it's just not good at it. Okay. Let's go to dev. GoLang examples maybe. Gomocks. Looks like a good place. 27th, it feels about right. So look at the files. Yeah, so we had a mock. And should have committed this to Git, but basically I did have a silly test with some mock stuff in it. And just let me think. And what I did was I just basically changed it from basic mock to gomock, and this worked a treat. Fetch this. Here we go. A bit more like it. Oh, don't know what you're doing. This. Put my key bindings on so you know what I'm doing. There we go. So nothing's now working, which is great. Good start. There we go. So basically this was like Go tests, Go mocks, and just replaced Go Uber, and all of the basic silly tests worked. And I just showed how, you know, there's that times, and the idea here isn't to actually get us understanding how to use this. The idea is just that we can actually swap out the gomocks with the ubergomocks. So that's pretty cool, and I just wanted to prove that. People in the comments are saying exactly the same thing. It's just, you know, swappable. So let's give it a go. I'm going to assign this to me. Right, so the little robots should be working in the background to get that to me. So let's then have a look at my systems. It always bugs me that there's no code space. Code spaces. So cool. My 8-core 32 gig of RAM system is up, which is pretty cool. And one sec, looks like Some servers are going down. Might need to come off and look at this. Hopefully this will just come back to life. Anyway, right, let's give it a go. Let's go into here, and I've got this code space, which got everything pre-configured and loaded for this project that I can just work on, which is pretty cool. Not looked at code spaces yet. I recommend you do so. They are awesome. Start up. Should have brought my drink in. So the goal here is to pull down the latest code, create a new branch, see if I can find somewhere that's got the tests that I can just simply swap out. Now they say swap out. Unfortunately, I don't think it's as easy as that. I wanted to focus on a particular module. Maybe, for instance, one of the CLI commands for radius, and just focus on maybe the application, adding, listing, updating, deleting applications, and just focus on the unit tests around them, do a PR, get that out, learn some stuff from it, and then move on. But I don't think that's going to work. I don't think that's the way things are going to play ball. Just noticed my fonts are terrible. And let's have a look at where I'm at. Git branch. So let's git checkout main, git branch delete. So I'm going to delete the rad group. My keyboard's gone completely. Keyboard's flashing like some Las Vegas stripper. Ekron, amazing keyboard, but there's no need to have so many light effects. I mean, who uses 32 different types of lighting effect on the keyboard? I just want the light where it comes on when you press it and goes away as you release it. I like that one. I wish there was a way of just getting rid of them all, because I accidentally hit the button that cycles it through. Git status, let's have a look. I don't have that shortcut on this machine. So I've got to type it all out like some maniac. Git fetch. Let's pull down everything that's been done. I just did git status, didn't I? There's no changes. There's nothing local. Right, cool. Git clear. I don't need to do a GC. It's fine. Okie pokey. So originally what I was thinking about doing was just focusing on, say, for instance, everything that was app. And we've got delete list shows, blah, 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 blah. And then I could focus on just these tests, right? What I could do is swap out the GoLang mock and replace that with the ubergo. And if I look, if I still got it open, that would be just like, I want my 10 up. That would just be that. That. So v and yank that. So first off, as always, you should just run the tests that you've got. So let's build this. Not necessarily needed to run the tests. But I just want to run the tests that are in this app folder. So I need to tell Go to actually run tests just and only include that folder. So using Go tests, Jesus, my fingers, how can I focus on a single folder, therefore only running tests in that folder. I mean, it's something like test dash dash star, and you can select the ones. The syntax though, you just got to obviously be able to get the syntax right. Go test, got to work that out myself. Right, so what is this? This is package CLI commands. So if I do go tests and I say package CLI command cmd and then app, that should run all the tests in that folder. So no Go files in workspace. Okie dokie. So maybe no, I don't have to. I just do list. This hopefully should run the tests in that list folder, but I should have expected some output by now. I know I can run the tests in Visual Studio and then focus on just them tests. However, if I click that, I'm going to have to wait 20 minutes while it starts preloading all the tests in every single package, which is a bit of a pain. 0.031 seconds. Well, it felt longer than that, my friend. Okay, cached. Okay, so now we've done that. We've got the list. Yep, list. We should, in theory, be able to insert, feed that in. Eat key bindings. English. US. Yep. This messing with my key bindings. Okay. Then delete you. And then what I've got to do is got to include this thing. And I always get this wrong because it always feels wrong. It's go get so downloaded go ubergomock and added gomocks. Okay, so I've done that. It feels wrong to add that at such a high level. You know, I know that these are all packages. They're not really, because they're not really fully self-contained. The now is just one. In fact, I should be able to see it in the list of changes, the mod file. So yeah, we can see now mod file's changed, and we've now got ubermocks, and that's a dependency, right? And vulnerabilities, need to look at that. Getting some kind of warning. No required module provides package. Well, I added it, so maybe it's just the LSP being a bit slow. I close it. Open it up again. No, it's the LSP being a bit slow. It is saved. Let's see if I can run the tests and see what. See if I can run the tests. See what happens. Cannot use control variable of type. Yeah. So that's actually a good error. So here's control. Didn't even see that error. I'm expecting red squigglies, but not really getting them. You know, something more visual than that. So here we've got a gomock. Now, if I look at the example, the controller itself was gomock, yeah? That was a controller, and that's then using ubergomock, gomock, and it just swapped out, didn't it? Yeah. So this controller is creating a new gomock controller. I jump to definition. That's not what I expected. Jump to definition. Okay. And this is new controller, type controller. And we went through this in the previous video, so I'm not going to explain it. You could just watch the previous one. So what's it complaining about? Which looks like it's type conversion. Cannot use a controller variable of type gomock controller as GitHub gomock controller value. Yeah. Swappable. What have they done? So what we've got now, we've got a controller. Now we're going to pass this into this client, which is then going to have this new mock application call manager. This is the thing that I didn't like. This client here is controlling and managing the unit tests, and then creating the expect and the list and the any, and allowing us to do the things that we would do with the test. But that means that everything that uses this client, new mock management client, they've all got to be updated. Jump to definition. So this is gomock controller, gomock controller. It thinks gomock controller is going to be a GoLang mock controller. Well, it ain't. So in hindsight, it would be better if that was interfaced out instead of being so coupled to a concrete type as such. So what have we got now? Why would you name definition? Why would you alias it? Interesting. I'm going to do the same just because the code does, but I'll look into that. Let's delete this now, which is going to cause holy hell. Okay, so that's happened. How do I go back to that? So now if the LSP is updated, yeah, ubergomock. And now when I run this, I might get a lot of other error messages. So 107, different line. So I can live with that. Although, oh, different file. Test radius CLI shared. Am I ignoring this? Asked it to just run the tests in that folder, so why are you running this? No, it says shared, but why would it do that? Here's tests here. Oh, good. So when it works, picking up the bugs. Good, good. So I'm confused. Why would, when I'm saying to only run this test, would it then run this? I think I probably got the syntax wrong. Another thing as well is, because this one is now strongly typed to this mark at the top. Like I say, I think what's going to happen is that I might as well do a system-wide find and replace for all the good it's going to do, because it just ain't going to get any better. So if I run the tests again, yeah, can I use control available? I'm wondering whether to create an interface for the gomock, sorry, and replace all of this with the interface, and then I can swap it out, or at least I can swap bits of it out. Because if they both work in the same way, then it doesn't matter if half the project's using that and one file's using that. As long as we're making progress and we're doing it bit by bit, then we're okay. I don't want to do a PR with like 500 changes to it. I want to give a PR with really subtle, really small changes. So here now we're moaning, can't use ubergomocks as a control argument value. Shared 103. So new mock interface, prompt interface. See, it just keeps on giving, just keeps on going. I'm wondering where the strongly typed casting comes from. Because this needs to accept something that satisfies something that looks like this. Find definition. Something that looks like this. struct, great. There we go. It's got to be that struct. Well, struct that looks like that. Which technically our little controller does. No. It's the same. So as they say, if it smells like a duck and quacks like a duck and, you know, barks like a duck, then maybe a dog book. I don't like this. This smells. This smells like I'm doing something wrong. Probably. Let's have a look. I wonder if chat, anybody in the chat could help me out. Oh, there got to be some people out there. Right, so if I look at list test, shared commands, shared validation, shared validation, shared validation. Okay. Jump to definition of that. Yeah, that's that shared file. So I think it's running that because it's running this. Or word it better, it's running these tests because they're part of list. This is a pain. I really don't want to do this because I've seen these type of problems before where you replace one and before you know it, it needs to be replaced for another, and it's a smell. It's letting you know that you've got some strict code, some tightly coupled code that really needs to be cleaned up. Now, more than likely, once we've done this, we probably won't ever do it again. He says. It's like the old, when do you ever replace your DAL? But truth is, hopefully not very often. But when you do, it hurts. Oh, wow. Oh. See what I mean? I thought that was all of them because I don't bother looking. Right, okay, so jump to definition. Let's have a look at that puppy. GG. Let's go. I've used Visual Studio Code since like the day it came out. Before then, obviously, C# and stuff like that, and Visual C. So I'd use Visual Studio for absolutely ages, and only recently, because the carpal tunnel that I had, started using NeoVim. And I didn't use NeoVim to try and be a smart artist or to try and be clever. I just knew that people who use NeoVim did so because of pain with their hands, and they wanted to be more productive with typing. And it is it is absolutely true. I'm a really slow typer, but since having carpal tunnel, I've doubled the speed of which I can type, and I've basically improved the efficiencies of what I do, just because of carpal tunnel, which is pretty impressive, really. But finding and replacing is still a chore. Obviously, this is Visual Studio Code. I could do a sed or a grep or an ac and replace the whole damn lot. But what would be the fun in that? I'm liking the fact that the list is getting smaller. Normally, the list gets bigger the more you do. So I'm kind of happy at the moment. Things are looking good. So it's worth, sometimes it gets a bit boring. Shouldn't really have to do this. And I'm not going to submit this PR, by the way. I'm going to do some research first to see if I can fix this, because I don't want some poor sod to have to do this again. This is silly. I mean, it's pretty good that it's swappable out. It's pretty good that these commands are still working, but that's really because of the effort that they've put into keeping it backwards compatible. Nope, messed that up. What's going on? Let's do select for V. Wrong shortcut. How are we looking? I'm just going to do a run just to see if the lights have gone out somewhere else. Awesome. Right. Can I just do app? What is the magic? There is, is it dot forward slash or dot star? How can I include all subfolders? Really? Like a split operator? I wouldn't have guessed that if you'd have given me 50 tries. Failed. Bollocks. And loads more appear. I'll stash these changes as well at some point in. Yeah, I'll stash the changes and run the test. I didn't run the tests first. I should have done. However, this project's awesome. The maintainers do a superb job of making sure that the tests are good and that they're not brittle. And in this scenario, you know, GoLang mocks, it's part of the GoLang ecosystem. Obviously, I don't think it's part of the core CLI. But it was a well trusted and well respected package, but that's the thing. Every project eventually will die. So when you're making code that relies on other people's code, you're living the dream. So that works. Let's run the tests again. Okay, I'm expecting this, by the way. This wasn't a huge horror graph. Tests. Box. Home. Okay, and then delete. Box. Probably one of the most boring code alongs you're gonna ever have, sorry. But sometimes coding isn't, sorting out the latest algorithm and, trying out different types of memory optimization techniques and integrating like with 20 different REST APIs. Sometimes it's just this. Donkey work. There's a couple more left. I'll just run it and see where they are. Status. There we go. Delete. Right, okay. If we won. Do we win anything? Do we get a prize? No, we do not get a prize. We do not pass go. Pass go, do you get it? We do not pass go. There you go. Test status, what's going on? Where are you? I swear I did this file. Where's that? Mock diagnostic client. Let up a sec. Go to the top. We've got ubergomock. That client was replaced with ubermocks. Jump to definition. Oh, this is a different file. Yeah, mock text. That's another thing. So the client's changed and we were able to change the mock application, but this is a mock diagnostic client. Well, shouldn't the client's folder control the modules that it uses? Shouldn't there be the ability to specify all the imports in the client area rather than in each individual file? Just a thought. Because who uses this now? Hmm? Hmm? Who? Masking? Somebody will. I'm not going to get away with this. Right. So they pass. And they're now using Uber. But, but, what happens when I run all the tests? Make tests. Yeah, go get a drink while that runs. And I'm back. Okie pokey. Get past one error. So that looks pretty good actually. Okay. Oh, excuse me. So, what were we on? We were on. So ubergo 7543. Okay. So git status. Being tired. Let's create a branch. Let's stash the stuff into that branch, and let's, if we can, do a push and see if I can get a build to run. Like I say, this is just early stages. This isn't going to be a PR yet. We can see got the mod changes. We've got the changes to a small number of files all related around the client application. So there's a couple of things I'm not happy with, is stuff outside of that. So this client mock, application mocks and diagnostics, I don't like that. I don't like the fact that they've been changed. I also hate this Helm Kubernetes prompt and whatever the hell that is. Let's CLI shared. Oh, it's just shared components, isn't it? Yeah, shared functions. Okay, so git checkout branch. No, branch. Ubergo test. Git status. I miss my shortcuts. Really? No, please don't say you've just done that. Have I just wiped out my changes? No, I've not. I thought for some reason, like a workspace or something, it had just wiped out all my changes just by creating a branch. It's like, what version of Git have I got on this bloody thing? Okay. So I'm supposed to add really good comments and stuff and do it in a certain way. And I can never remember. I'll generally just do it as we do the PR. But if I look at code, it's in the docs and I can never find it. There's a template that you can use to say how you should really structure, kind of like description, details, what it is, blah 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 blah, what it fixes. So if I have a look at this commit, I'm picking any at random. You got the description, what it does, and sign off. And that's really in the pull request. So I don't really need to do it as part of just the commit, because I know that this is going to be the final commit, and I'll do it when I do the PR. So git add and add all these changes, git commit, migrate from Go. What's the best wording? GoLang mock to Uber. Can I sign it? Is it going to let me? I always have problems with this. No. Hmm. That's the signing algorithm, isn't it? Um, I'll sort this out off camera, I think. Da, 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 da. These are all the commands that are setting up the system. I think there's a command, there's a git command for actually setting it up so that you can use GPG, there we go. Git config program that, set it up to GPG2. Let's see what I win. No. Right, okay. I'll do this off stream because it's not really code, it's config for Git, which is always fun. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope you've learned something, or even learned the fact that sometimes programming isn't all fun and roses, and sometimes it is just a matter of knuckling down and working through stuff. Here I'm only doing a very small section. I'm going to clean this up, review it, have a play about with it, see if I can make it better, see if I can do something, or whether we should do something around interfaces. I'll have a bit of a think about that. Once again, maybe it's just not worth it because we might stick with Uber for ages and ages, so maybe it's not worth it, but I'll have a think. I really didn't enjoy the type errors, and they were really just a bug or a problem. I'll obviously get a branch up, and then I'll ask for PRs and ask for help and see what we can do. Once that PR has been reviewed and they're happy with the way that this is being changed, then I can do other folders within this ecosystem, within this code base, and do it bit by bit. That way, reducing the amount of complexity and problems of changing code. Right. Have a good one.